Hey, what up, homies? This is Phreak with an epic audio commentary. Yeah, for WCR. Basically, this is about how much I am. Go ahead and get this to the 1 minute mark, 1x speed, fog of war on, and Todd's point of view. Basically, I've taken an interest in playing human. Just cause. Elf got boring, so I've been playing human. And figured, hey, what better way to learn human than force myself to audio human. So, I'm gonna point out things that was epic at, or am epic at, or etc. And I don't know, we'll just see how it goes. But again, 1 minute mark, 1x speed, Todd's point of view, fog of war on, echo isles of the map, he's against focus. Yeah, it should be enough.
Time, I should say. Yeah. Alright, so if you're not there, too bad. You're a bitch. Oh, by the way, this audio is copyrighted 2008 by WCR.com. Alright, peace. Unpause in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so Alter's gonna finish. Yada yada yada. Yeah, okay, start your blade, good boy. Yep, there you go, Archmage started. Barracks completing soon. You know, typical stuff so far. The forward farm for farsighted philanthropy. I can't come up with a good fourth word. LOL. So militia hitting a peon. Okay, sure. He's gonna find out what's up. Is he taking without a barracks? I wonder. Because then I would have to tower rush sooner. Alright, so Todd doing standard stuff so far. Getting that third farm up for the rest of the base block. It's always, I guess, there's two things to think about when you're making a base build. Well, actually three. One of them is a given. First one, you obviously only want one opening. And you want it as small as possible. Now the two main points is the one is you want it to be as far away from his base as possible, such that if he wants to get into your base, he's got to go slightly farther. If he wants to get out, you know, and back home, he's got to go slightly farther. That's a pretty small point, I would say. The more important one is the opening should be far away from all your peasants. You know, I mean, if it's a direct opening to his base and all your lumber chopping is right there, he just runs up to your base and harasses your lumber peasants, and your base build did absolutely nothing. If it's, however, far away from where he would normally come from, and your peasants are on yet the opposite side from there, it means he has to go all the way around again to get to your dudes, and if he wants to get back out, he's got to go all the way around again, which lets you build a farm to block him off. In the case of a Blade Master, he can't windwalk past a farm, or a tower, or etc. And it's just, you know, it's farther to get to your peasants, so he's probably not going to do it in the first place. But as it stands, Todd has obviously, you know, got the base build, you know, away from Focus's base, but it is by his lumber peasants. But I mean, that's not always a big deal. So he's starting his fourth farm now. Obviously, you guys should pay attention to base builds and getting everything done right. You can see that here's this grunt, and he's like, oh, if I want to get in his base, I have to go all the way around. Well, that's not worth it, because I'll just get surrounded, because his army's right there. So, base build success, and plus it was going to kill nothing anyway. But, you know, whatever. Archmage right-clicking a grunt, doing pretty well. Blades like, sup, I got boots. I'm going to heal this grunt up if I can. Now Todd is blocking himself with his Archmage, and I think that's bad, but, you know, whatever. Oh, I just realized I'm watching from observer point of view. You should watch from Todd's point of view, though. I'm just going to map hack for you guys. Because, you know, so Todd's like, alright, well, now I'm going to go get boots. I got level 2, and that's the number one early game priority is just get level 2. Now, it's kind of funny how orcs have, I guess, evolved their gameplay, and now their game plan is power level the shit out of the Blade Master. Because if he's level 5 and got a bunch of claws of attack and all this other crap, it's going to be pretty ridiculous. And, you know, enforcing that is useful. So what Todd is doing, though, is he's going to be like, alright, well, obviously this Blade Master is not going to give up, and he's got so much mana. I mean, he can just windwalk if he wants to. I'm never going to get anything done. So what I am going to do is, you know, bait him out of my base, or just bait him in general, I guess, with my Blade Master. Or sorry, bait his Blade Master with my Footman, and from there, I shall creep with my Archmage. So he creeps, gets the tome, and he's like, alright, but now I'm going to go and, hey look, a Creep Jack. Now I'm sure he wanted an EXP tome. I mean, that would have been nice, obviously, but he's like, whoa, tight. Creep Jack. So here's this 27 hit point grunt getting healed, thankfully, luckily. He should salve that in, like, right now. There we go. Salves that. He's going to get himself, yeah, he got level 2. Ring of Regen, not a great item, but, you know, whatevs. And, you know, now Focus is playing pretty defensively with his units. Footman really should be able to take the salve off, but he's like, alright, peace, I'm going to run out now. There we go. Footman hits it, and now the Archmage will chase, and he picked up boots on the way. That Footman's probably going to die. Oh, but he's like, oh, sup, Focus is Troll Shadow Priest. Let me piece that out real quick. Alright, well, there we go. Grunt dies, Panda shows up. Now, what I was going to say a little bit earlier about how I'm totally pro on Blade level 3 LOL hacks, I was going to say earlier about how I'm totally pro, is that I saw this Panda that Todd picked up and was like, he's going late game strat. He's going to fast expand. He's going to tier 2 expand. Because Panda is a late game hero. Panda's a hero you choose where you're like, I'm going to get him to level 3 or 5 and he's going to kick the shit out of your army. But especially if you're getting something like Orc, where they've got, you know, 700, 800 point grunts, level 1 Haze Fire is not going to do anything to that. In fact, when I go Panda, most often I go Haze first, just for the damage reduction. Because it's actually really good, even at level 1. It's basically redonkulous. So, you know, with that, I can say, oh, Breath of Fire, nice. So, yep, there's Focus checking the expo. He's going to check the main. He's like, no, wait, I better know what he's creeping. And sure enough, he's going to know. So, alright, that's cool. Yeah, the grunts in his base are salving. PS is a Blade Master right here, and his Panda's taking damage. That's cool. And he sharks that. He even grabbed all the items. Nicely done. But basically, you need to staff. Yeah. Passes the TP. Water Mental goes down. LS on the Footman's pretty good, but it's not going to be enough damage. LOL, him almost still losing the Panda. Good job. Anyway. So Playmaster grabs the first healing scroll. They always come at first day, just remember. And he's like, alright, tight, I got a healing scroll. So Todd's like, alright, well I can't do expansion yet, because I just lost my TP, he's got a level 3 Blade Master. I don't have map control, because there's a Blade Master in the game, and he's level 3, and he has boots. I'm fucked. So, he goes to creep some more, because that's what you do when you don't have map control. You creep, but you want to creep somewhat safely. You know, he brings a bunch of militia in, he's got slow and heal, and you know, he's got a water metal tanking. He can't really lose very much from this, so it's not, you know, a big risk. It's a good amount of experience, and it's, you know, one of these middle creep camps, which are very particular to Echo Isles, and that you creep these ones that are in the middle of the map, sort of, and it'll deny your opponent the creeping. And so he grabs another one, you know, jacks that ogre. You know, the Panda grabbed the anvil pot, but you know, ogre got jacked. Shadow Hunter, though, still power creeping up. This is basically the Orc game plan in this matchup, whether they go SH or TC. They get that level 3 Blade Master as soon as they can. I mean, it gives him mana regen, it gives him damage, but most importantly, it gives him level 2 Windwalk, so that he's Windwalk for twice as long. And in fact, most people with a level 5 Blade Master pick level 3 crit as opposed to level 3 Windwalk. And so, I mean, you can see all he's doing is running in here, and he's sharking as many creeps as he can. Which, you know, both levels him up, which is nice, gives him a tiny bit of gold, maybe some items, which is just sort of another way of leveling up your Blade Master, essentially. But also, very importantly, it denies your opponent a lot of experience. I mean, this Archmage would have already been level 3 a while ago. You know, the Panda would be 2.5. But in the meantime, you know, you are keeping very, very close tabs on your opponent. You make absolutely sure that you know when he's attacking, when he's going to harass you, what he's creeping, when he's creeping it, what his army size is, what he's going to get more of, you know, what he's lacking. And he sees, okay, a lot of Sorks, just one Priest, just one Breaker, and he knows he's expanding. And the Panda gets closer to 3, and it would have been 3 most likely if it hadn't been for the Blade harassment. And he's like, alright, well, I got my SH to 3, that's good, and this Panda's going to get 3 here, which is good for him as well. He's got this AM and this Breaker here chilling in the Priest.